The feckless and cowardly keyboard warriors love to attack. We know what we're up against. We did not enter this fray blindly. I wish it was my last such fray. I wish this type of behavior wasn't so pervasive. But it is what it is, so we will press on. As I said, our law firms have been retained by 120 individuals at this point to pursue cases in civil court against Sean Diddy Combs. You should know, in this group, it is evenly divided between males and females. There are 60 males and 60 females who have joined us to pursue these claims as plaintiffs. In this group, 62% identify as African American, 30% are white, and the remainder are Hispanic or Asian. The victims are from more than 25 states. The majority are from California, New York, Georgia, and Florida. I want to focus on the ages of these victims. When we talk about the ages of the victims when the conduct occurred, it's shocking. Our youngest victim at the time of the occurrence was 9 years old. We have an individual who was 14 years old. We have one who was 15. 25 of the 120 individuals who are plaintiffs in these cases were minors at the time of the acts complained of. The time frame of the acts complained of is very wide. The conduct at issue spans from the years 1991 all the way till this year, 2024. If you wonder why there are so many alleged victims, that's your answer. We're talking about more than 25 years of this type of conduct. Now, although most of the victims who have stepped forward were victimized after 2015, this has been going on for a very long time. Now, when you think about the fact that some of this conduct occurred 25 years ago, and you wonder why would it take somebody so long to step forward, I want to remind you that many states in the United States have recognized that it's very difficult for a victim to step forward and to make these types of allegations when something very terrible has happened to them. I'll use New York, the state of New York, as an example. The state of New York has specific statutes in place that revive claims that are even claims that would typically be not able to be brought, that revive such claims, and they can be brought even 25 to 30 years later. Because there's a recognition there in New York and California and other states that it's very difficult for a victim to come forward. And I would respectfully suggest the only reason many of these people are coming forward because they see other victims coming forward. And it gives them some comfort that, hey, I won't be the only one. And I expect more victims will come forward.
Hello, my people. This is the outcome of Diddy's lawyers' conference yesterday, being 1st of October 2024. He posted earlier on Sunday that he was holding a conference regarding the sexual abuse coming from about 120 persons against Diddy, that Diddy sexually abused them in one way or the other. And out of the 120, there were about few minors at the age of 9 years. So this thing is too much and it's really, really, really annoying. How can a grown-up man sexually be abusing people up to the age of 9 years people? Not up to 120. And they say that from this 120, that's more of, there will be more victims. More victims are also coming up regarding this Diddy sexually intercourse abuse. I remember that we were talking about homo, fucking people via anus, and this is a crime against the law. So stay tuned and watch this video first. Let's know what else to do.
It feels good. I mean, if you're 7 years old and somebody, which I was trying to say this to my friends who had children, you're 7 years old and someone is stroking your penis, it feels good. Even though you don't have a name for what that is, it feels good. So this is what so many people don't understand. A big part of the confusion and shame for child victims is that the attention and the seduction from the predator, who is probably going to be somebody you know. Right. In order for it to work, it has to be somebody you know, somebody you admire, somebody you respect, or maybe even love. And it feels good. I mean, if you're 7 years old and somebody, which I was trying to say this to my friends who had children, you're 7 years.
Well, from this woman, I don't even actually understand what this lady is trying to say. How can you say that it feels good when someone is sexually abused, when penis is being perpetrated on someone's another, it feels good? What kind of good? Huh? Do you listen to yourself at all? What are you even saying with the both of your mouths? My country people, things are really happening. Oh. My prayer is that as this case is going, I want America to follow this case strictly because there are still more victims according to the news flying here and there on Twitter app. People are like saying that majority of names, people, even politicians, entertainers, majority of them will be going down gradually because if Diddy should confess, both the victims and the people that joined heads in this type of act, many people are going down with Diddy. Diddy is broken, honestly. He is broken. Don't forget to tell us in the comment section your opinion, what you got to say concerning all this. But my prayer is that I hope that none of our Nigerian artists were victims of this man's sexually abuse. And again, we remember that Tyler of South Africa won Grammy Award last year with Water. So I pray that she was not also a victim of all this kind of a thing because I don't even understand. For them to give you Grammy Award, they might have benefited something from you. Do you understand it? Yeah. So the reason why they mentioned Tyler, I don't even understand it. So let's keep our finger crossed. Let's keep watching and keep expecting positive and like the man said, that this case is not a small case. That if you're a victim of Diddy sexually abuse, that you should please come forward, come and testify against Diddy. Come and be a you are a victim, then you should come outside to identify that yes, this man actually did this to you and testify against him so that it will be an evidence that they will use against Diddy in the court of law. So this is how it is now. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Turn on the notification bell so you get notified of all latest Nigerian news. Christy difficult to cover. Remember that this is a global news. I love you all.